Hi everyone, Emma here. Take a look at what we're making today. So I have been making some of these stepping stone bracelets that I saw the video on this, how to make this, from Potomac Beads, and I will post the link to that original tutorial. But just to let you know, the audio on it is the intro is the proper volume, but the audio is not. So you have to turn it right up as loud as you can get it to get the instructions. But it is so worth it. This bracelet is so simple to make and so lovely. So I was making these with the plastic carrier beads and covering them with a peyote strip. So I'll show you one of the bracelets that I made in that way. Some focus. So I was just doing the peyote strip, covering the carrier bead, and then doing this part the same way, but I'll tell you. So first of all, once you add to your carrier beads, this starts to get really big. And I didn't realize that. Now it seems to match with this Rivoli that I have, which was a 12mm Rivoli. I didn't realize the design asked for 10mm Rivolis. So I do have some 10mm, and because we're using these carrier beads, we're not going to cover them. Let me just get that back in focus. We're not going to cover them, so the size matches better with these 10mm Rivolis. And these were the cheapies that I got from AliExpress. And if you take a look, they are pretty extraordinary. So yeah, and once we get them all bezeled up and stuff, and even the camera is not even doing it justice. This is like instead of being a blue, it's a more mauve color. It's just, oh, extraordinary. So let's go ahead and we'll complete one of these, bezeling it like this, and I'll show you what it looks like on the back. So this is what it looks like on the back, and that's the front. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll slide this together. The reason why I wanted to redo this is because Kath from the UK sent me a ton of beautiful check glass carrier beads, and I wanted to look at this. This is crazy. She's my friend. I love her. I feel like I'm 12 years old. She makes me feel that way with all the lovely stuff she sends me. So I definitely wanted to make, and you know what? The blue color that, and I forget her name, the woman who does the tutorial, she is wonderful. She uses this blue color. It's amazing iridescence. It's got some purples and greens in it and stuff, and it just looks amazing. So I that's why I started with that one. But I think, no, there's a slot missing. I did start some pink ones. Oh my gosh. So let's get this one done, and then when I get the pink one done, I'll show it to you as well. So I just noticed this is chipped. I think actually this is the way it was made, it formed. It doesn't look like a chip because it's actually coated. Anyway, it's not, we're not going to see that, so I'm not too concerned, but you can see. Oh, these are 12s. Okay, never mind. So you're going to need whatever size. So clearly it works with 14s, as you can see, and it works with 12s. The design asks for size 10. Whatever. Okay, so you need, she suggests, and she has tiny wrists like me, so she suggests you need 7 of these Rivolis to bezel and 6 of these carrier beads. Now I have more than 6 out because I think I might make it slightly bigger. I kind of want to end with one of these carrier beads, but she ends like this with a Rivoli. So I haven't decided yet. As we get going, we'll figure that out. So let's set these aside and I'll show you what supplies you need. So you definitely need your carrier beads. If you don't have these if you don't have a friend that sends you beads and all you have is your plastic ones, by all means, cover your plastic ones and come and join me. So we need some 6mm bugles. These are slender bugles, Miyuki slender bugles. So you need those. Let's put some of these out. We're going to need 8 right now. So there's 8. You are going to need a 11/0 bead, and that's the bead that goes on the corners. Let me enlarge this again. So that's the bead that goes on the corners, and it attaches your bugles together. And then you're going to need 15/0s for these accent beads here. So I just tried to eyeball the colors as much as possible. You can alternate the color if you want as well. And then I pulled out these 8/0s. She uses the 11/0s to attach everything. I was hoping to maybe put an 8/0 and maybe an 11/0, an 8/0, an 11/0 and attach it that way. So we'll see. I'll put those there, and you're going to need a clasp. And I initially had a 3-hole clasp because I was putting it next to this bead, so I kind of wanted it the same size. But actually the holes line up perfectly with the 2-hole one. So I think we're going to go with that one. I wish I had like a gunmetal or something a little darker, but you know what? This will look fine. So with that, you're going to need a needle. Definitely be aware that you're going to need something that goes through 15/0s multiple times. So right now I'm using a size 12 eye needle, and I do have an emergency collapsible needle standing by, because if we run into trouble, it's a pain in the butt trying to thread a needle on camera. Just letting you know. And then something to cut your thread with. And you need 6-pound. You can use whatever. I would not go any higher than 6-pound. I would go to a 4-pound easily. But I've been sitting at the 6-pound just because structurally it's great. It's nice and strong. It holds everything together. But you might want to go down to a 4 if you're having problems with your 15/0 beads. So let's go ahead and put some of these guys out. That's probably all I need. And we'll focus again. We don't need too many of those. You're going to see once I get started how much fun this is and how simple it is. Oh, trust me. So pick up an 11/0, a bugle, an 11/0, a bugle, an 11/0, a bugle, an 11/0, and a bugle. So now you have 4 11/0s and 4 bugles. So you're starting with an 11/0 and you're ending with a bugle. We're going to create a loop, so we're going to take this down to the bottom of our thread. Just hanging on to everything so it doesn't slide off. Pay attention to where the bottom of my thread is. Okay, so let's bring this. Now we're going to create a knot. that, pull it tight, like that, and then put another knot, like that, and pull tight, and we should be fine with 2 knots. And I'll tell you, I usually do 3 knots, but I'm finding with when you're trying to pass things through, if you have a really big knot, it's going to be hard. So I'm just going to cut this, like that, leave a tiny little tail. We're going to hide that. So let's go through. I'm going to go through the 11-0 again for the same reason I said about things getting tight. So hopefully your knot will sit in that 11-0 and not pass through our bugle. Because if it goes through the bugle, you might have trouble getting through that bugle if you need to go again, which we are going to go again through the bugles. So just slightly pull it through like that. Okay, so this is what we have, a nice little square. Now what we want to do is we want to pass the 11-0s and go through the bugles, and that's going to get this part here sitting lower and popping this up. So we'll do the first one and I'll show you a neat trick. If your bead does not pop up where you need it, just pull. So if you pull that, it should pop up, but I found it doesn't really work all the time. So I'm going to put my needle through my 11-0 and I'm going to just pull it up like that. Then hang on to it and pull your thread, and you're going to feel and hear it kind of pop in, and that's where you want it, like that. So we'll do that all the way around. Bring it through your bugle, passing your 11-0. And I have a long strand. I probably don't need this long strand. So I'll grab your 11-0. And this is kind of choice whether you do this snugging part. I find it keeps this part here nice and square, but it's not really essential. So that's, I'm sure you know any design, you just make it your own kind of thing. So let's just get in here like that. And then let's see if I can show it to you on camera. Pull. Oh, it needs to go there. Okay, see how they're sticking out now? And then we'll do this last one. And you can go through that 11-0 on the other side. Like that. You see, brand new needle. Doesn't take long for them to get bent. So we'll put our needle in here. This 11-0. It's starting to get a bit tight. There. And there you have it. So now we're coming out of this side. We're going to add little picots all the way around. So we're coming out of this end. We are going to pick up 3 11-0s. Like that. And we're going to go in the other end. Now you can go through the bugle at the same time because you're going to come out over here. But we'll just do it this way for now. Pull everything through like that. So now go through your bugle. So you see how it gets kind of tight with the bugles, and that's probably got a knot in it. Trying to go through. What you could do as well is put your picots and then tighten your bugles, but it might make your picots a little loose or a little too tight. So so pick up 3 coming out of this side. We're going to go into the other side with those 3 11/0s on there, like that, and go through your bugle. So if you can go through everything at once, it's probably a better idea than trying to pick it at it this way. There we go. So these slenders are pretty small. That's even with a 12-inch needle. Okay, let's see if we can get through everything this time. So we're going to go through the 11/0 and the bugle. Yeah, that's a lot easier. And you could probably go through... Oh, I'm jumping ahead. Just ignore that. Maybe you went for a cup of tea on that one. We need to add our 3 picot first. There we go. So there's our 3 11/0s to add to this picot. Now we're going to go through the bugle. And you can go through the next bead too if you can manage it, but I find it starts to get a little tricky doing it that way. So there's that one there. Go through your 11/0. Yeah, that one had the knot in it. I could feel a knot. Okay, so now we're going to pick up 3. Like that. Coming out of that side, we're going in this side. Oh yeah, she's tight. And there we go. So now, and you can, it looks a bit like a diamond, you can kind of position it into a square. So now we are going to add bugles to the top like a box. So to do that, we have to go to the top bead, which is the bead opposite the one you're coming out of. So you're going to go up through this one and up through the other one. I'll show you in a sec here, like that. Okay. So now these will flip up, and we're going to add a bugle. That'll flip up, and add a bugle, and it will create a box that we can put our... Let's grab our bugles here. Pick up a bugle. So we're coming out of this top bead here. We're going to go in the top bead on the next one. Like that. That. And you can leave it loose for now. We're going to go around and just do that to every one. And the next. So we're coming out of this bead. We added our bugle. We're going to go into the next top bead. Like that. Pick up your next bugle. You're coming out of here. You got your bugle. And you're going to go into the top bead here. Like that. So now this is when you're going to close it up tight. But before I do that, I'm going to put my Rivoli in. And I'm going to point out something. In the video, she sets her Rivoli in like this. And does it and folds these guys over. I found that it doesn't quite fit. There's always a gap on one of these bugles. So let me see if I can show you on my other design. Let's see what we got here. Open this up. Okay, here's an example. So you see how you can see the thread when you try to fold your bugles in like we did on the bottom side of this. But if you look at this one, it looks perfect. So what I have done is, instead of setting the stone in, like sitting it in this way, I do it backwards and do it that way. And that way you get this perfect square on this side, you know, doing your outlining, your Rivoli. But this way, I just find it just looks really, you know, not clean at all. I think you could see. So again, choices, right? So let's just do that. We're gonna hold it in with our finger and pull everything tight. And as tight as you can. So you see how it doesn't quite fit, but you know what, as if it's part of the back, we're not too concerned. So now we're going to go through everything once more. And try and get it in. There is a lot of tightening with this design. I think I'll go through the 11/0s on this one, and we might close it up on the next one. I find that the 11/0s on the corners need to be even from top to bottom. So if I were to skip the 11/0s on this process, some might hang down a little more. So let's see if this works. And you know what? This might be a lot more detail than you really need to know for this design. So by all means, just skip forward to the next step. We're just going to go through everything, tighten it. So you see how that's really off, but you look at the front, it looks great. So go through the 11/0. And use your fingers to kind of nudge everything where you want it. Okay. For that one. And just roll it into place. So I find it just doesn't quite match in one corner all the time. So make sure everything looks good at the front. This one's a bit off. There. Looks pretty good. Okay. So you can go through these again and bring the bugles a little closer together like we did on the bottom side. You know, it's definitely going to tighten everything for you. So skip your 11/0s this time and just go through the bugles. So this is a super fast, easy way to do it. I'm showing you all the little intricate details that after doing, like I've probably done 5 of these bracelets, so I've bezeled, you know, at least maybe about 50 using this technique. But you don't have to worry about all that stuff. It's still gonna look amazing. So, hey, and there we go. Check the front. We'll bring that out a bit to like a square. There, beautiful. And you could actually attach your, just that'd be the end of it, right? Just do it like that. But we'll go ahead and finish it off. So we are coming out of that bugle. We're gonna go we're gonna follow the path, the thread. We're gonna go through that bottom bead, like that. And at this point, if you're worried about stuff coming loose, this feels really tight. I don't think it's going to come loose. If you're worried about it coming loose, I would put a knot here. Just like that. There. Okay, so now you're going to come up this side bead. See how it's on the side? And I apologize. Sometimes I don't think about what you see on the screen, and I used a dark color, not realizing. But hopefully you can see. So now we're going to pick up. You know, I don't know if she picks up 5 or 6. I've been doing 6. So 4, 5, 6. These are 15 O's. So you need 6. Let's see if I can show you this. There, 6. 15 O's. So we're coming out of this hole here on the side of this picot. So we're going to go across to the next side one here, and we're going to go down it and pull everything through. And it's going to position them nicely like that. So you can see how that's going to, so it covers these corners of the bead. Looks amazing. Okay, so now we're going to pick up 6 again. And we're going to cover the bottom part. 1, 2, 3. There's 6. So we're coming out of this side here. We're going to go back up here like this. Pull everything tight like that. We're going to pass through these 15 O's again, and we're going to come out the other side. So we're going to go through here. Like that, all through those 6. And it'll tighten everything, top and bottom, like that. Okay. Go down through this side bead again. Now we're going to go across this. I just realized that was loose. Go through this bottom one here. Let's see if I can get more light. Okay. And we're going to set ourselves up for the next one. So we're going to go up through the side one here and pick up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go to the next one across and go down it. That. Pick up 6. That. And come up like that. There. Then go through all these at the top like that. and that will secure everything tight like that. Then we're going to go down through this side one to the bottom one here. See if this bottom one, it is really dark like that. Through, then go up the side one, and just keep doing that all the way around. So pick up 650 nose, go to the next side one like that. Just make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just check, sometimes you grab a extra bead when you're not looking. So you're coming out of here, you're going to go through this one over here. Where am I here? No, sorry, ignore that one. It's this one here. The side one. It's even dark for me. Okay, now go through all your 15s again. Like that. Yeah, nice and tight. It's looking amazing. Go down the side one that you already went through. Like that. Then go through the bottom one. Right here. Then you're going to go up this side one here. And pick up your last side. Okay, so you have 6 coming out of this side one, going into the next side one. That. Then pick up your last set of 6, 15 O's. Go, so you're coming out of this side one, we're going to go in through this side one. Like that. And then you're going to go through these 15 O's. That. Yeah. Now I'm going to tie a knot, but I'm not going to tie it off because we've done everything else. But if this is your first component, you would tie this off. In her design, she left strands, so then she attached each one separately. I think I'm going to go through and attach everything to one piece. So we'll go down, we'll tie a knot in the bottom section, and then we will use this to attach the whole bracelet. So we're going to go down the side one and then down the bottom one here. That, and we'll put a knot. And that's just going to secure these 15 O's from getting moved around. So let's find a thread to grab onto. And I'm just going to do one loop. I don't want a big knot in the way. Okay, so that's it. There is, so this looks like a diamond. Let me see if I can squinch this a bit. Pull those guys out. Just squeeze with your fingers. There. So now we need to attach. So I think I will use a carrier bead on the end. So let's attach this to a carrier bead. And I'm trying to remember where she put her attachment. I think I need to go through this. Let's go around because we came out of that bead. I want to go in the same direction. So let's bring everything around like that through these little picot 11 beads like that. Okay, yeah, this will work. Okay, so now we need, so she used 11 O's to attach. I think I want to put a bigger reed in between. Well, these are really big. I think they're going to look amazing though. Okay, so let's try an 11-0, an 8-0, an 11-0, like that. Then we're going to go through our carrier bead, like this. It'll show us what it looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah. Okay. So now I am going to add another 11-0. Oh, wait, no. I am going to go to the other side. I'm trying to decide whether we should just add everything and then come back around. I might try that. She does them individually, but let's try it this way. So we need a 11-0. It might be harder to keep the tension, but we'll see. So I've added an 11-0, an 8-0, an 11-0, and then we are going to go through the side of the picot. So if this sits this way, we could actually come back around and do the other side. Yeah, why don't we do that? So we'll add 3 at a time, like this. This is really, I cannot believe how dark this is. Let me see if I can give you some more light here. It's a bit washed out, but I feel like these beads are pretty dark. Okay, so we are coming out of this side bead here. Let me double check this. It looks like it's, yeah, that's the side bead. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick up an 11-0, but I'm going to go through the 8-0. I'm not going to add another one. I'm just going to go through the 8-0. I'll show you what that does. So it puts 2 11-0s on either side to attach it. So we need another 11-0. Go through the carrier bead. Just a bit for you. It's going to sit like this. Like that. Okay, so we need an 11-0, but then we're going to go through this 8-0 here, and then we're going to add another 11-0. Put in there, yeah, that's the ticket. Okay, so I picked up another 11-0. So we're basically 2 11-0s, an 8-0, 2 11-0s, and so forth across. So now we went through this bead. We are going to go down that side bead like that. There. Like that. Now we're going to come in through the back and we're going to go down through the other side. So we're going to go through, just make sure we're in the right position here. So down the side, yeah, we're ready to go through these 15 O's to come out to the bottom, like that. And everything's snug. Okay. So now we're going to go through this side bead so we can attach everything. And I'll flip it over so you see. And that goes that way. So be careful when we go to add the other pieces that we add it on. I'm saying you be careful. I put one of these on backwards. I was like, are you kidding me? How did that happen? Who wasn't paying attention here? So we're picking up an 11-0, an 8-0, and an 11-0. We are going to go through the carrier. Like that. Okay. Then we're going to pick up an 11-0, an 8-0, an 11-0. And now we're going to go into this side one here. So there's the top one and there's the side one. So we'll just poke our needle down like that. So that's the side one. And you can hang on to it if it's easier. Like that. You know, I did do a mistake. I was through the top side one. It should be down on this one. This one here. So I will fix that. What I can do is just bring my thread through and attach it. I might do that. That happens especially when you're kind of designing on the fly. You pick a spot and then you realize, oh, that's not right. So I've picked up an 11-0 and you see how I'm going through the common 8-0 to come back like that, and pick up another 11-0 and go through the carrier bead and bring it through. Flipped around here. There, like that. Then pick up another 11-0 and go through the 8-0. That. Pick up another 11-0. And now we're going to go through the bottom of that side bead. So there is the side bead right there. Go through the bottom up to the top. Oh, I saw that not happening. Yipper. So now we can go to the other side. I'm going to leave that one up here just a little bit loose so I can reattach that seed bead down to the lower hole. So since our thread is over here, we could like weave it through and go back on the other side, but I think we might just go through the top corner bead like that, we're going to bring our thread down to the bottom. So go down the side one, like that. Then go across your 50 O's, like that. And go up the side one. And now we're ready. Oh, we have to go down. Sorry. It's getting a little confusing to me too. I was on the top side one. Depending on how you hold it, it's not a side, it's a top. Okay, so now I'm ready with it on the side. So yeah, I would definitely, you see the amount of space it leaves every time you add that. It's going to add length to your bracelet. So I would definitely keep measuring how many of these you have on. So I'm going to add this one. So we need an 11, an 8, and an 11. Go through your carrier bead. It doesn't matter which side because they're double-sided. Like that. So now we're going to add another Rivoli. So we're adding 2 each time. You can do this and go across and go through here. So you'll have a strand here. You probably will not see it. But since we need to add on, I'm just going to add on. So we're going to go, we need to add our beads. An 11-0, an 8-0, an 11-0. That. Come through the side, like that, through this side one. Just like that. Add an 11-0, but now we're going to use the common 8-0. That. And an 11-0. You can go through your carrier bead, pull everything through, just watch it doesn't knot up on you. Like that, and like that. There. So we need an 11-0 on both sides of this. So 11-0, go through this 8-0, like that. I'm going to pick up another 11-0. Oops. There. Pick up an 11-0 and go through the top part of. So we're coming out the bottom on this side. So now we're going to go from the top down just to keep it consistent. Like that. Okay, so now flip your work here. We want to go through the bottom of those beads we just added. So we're going to go through, let me see where I'm at here. So we are coming out of this side bead. So we could, yeah, we're going to go down this set of 50 O's like that on the side. And pull everything like that. So now we have to go through the side bead here before we come out. So this side bead here. Okay. So now we are going to come back that way. So 11-0, 8-0, 11-0 through the carrier bead. Uh-oh. This carrier bead's blocked. Looks like it's loose glass, so we should be able to poke it out. Let me see. I'm gonna get my... Just be careful when you're doing this, you could break it. There's something stuck in there. You see? Looks like a bead or something. Ah, there. Does it go through all the way? I didn't know where it went. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's still in there. Just a piece of glass or something. That's why when you have 2-hole beads, you should check your... Don't listen to me. I never check. Okay, I just be very careful because it will break. See if I can grab it with my needing those pliers. Ah, look at that. Ha, that was easy. Oh, you can't see. It's too bright. It's just a piece of glass. Okay. It's moving right along. Okay, go through here. Like that. And pick up an 11-0, an 8-0, and 11-0. That. And let's reposition our bead. I am going to go through the side bottom of this one so that we can work on the top to come back. So now all we need is our 11-0s. We're going to go through the common 8-0 right here. And 11-0 through the carrier bead. That. 11-0 through the 8-0. Wow, I picked up the wrong one. I was like, that's a small 11-0. It's a 15-0. My mat keeps moving up, so I'm not looking where I'm grabbing stuff. Go through the 8-0. And you could even put a little pearl in there. That's what I did on the other one. I used a 3mm pearl. So another 11-0. Okay. So we're at the front, so we're going to go from the back up on this one. Like that. With our 11-0 on there. Okay, so now let's get everything where we want it, nice and snug. So now we need to get our thread either this way or that way. So I think we'll just continue going around the other way. So I'm going to go through everything and bring it out the other side. So try and do everything at once. There. Nice. Go through. Actually, I'm going to go through the bottom so I can go through the seed beads at the bottom. Like this. And let's get this in focus here. Okay, so go through this bottom one here. Look at what I did. And I said, that's how it happens so quickly. You have it on backwards. Look at that. So it flips around. And if you're not paying attention, and you guys probably saw it, and were like, Emma. No. Okay, and that's why I have an emergency collapsible needle. So let's just pull this off again. Let me see if I can get this. I think this one should do it. No, maybe the bottom one. Oh, okay, no, it's this one. There we go. There's 2 strands. I'm thinking it's this one. Yay. So, you know, that happens. Go through. This should be, there we go. This should come off now. There we go. Okay, so that should be good there. Let's see if we can get this back on. If we can't, we'll have to do a collapsible needle. Hopefully it'll go through everything. Look at that, first time. First time for everything. Okay. So now look at that. It's in the right position. How'd that happen? Okay, go through. I'm going to go through the bottom of this side bead. Right there. Why couldn't it have done that the first time? It was being mean to me. There. So I'm going to try and go quickly now. I'm sure you'd like to see how to put a clasp on. It's basically the same as adding a component. So, but I will show you that. And 11O. Then down through the bottom. There we go. These are so beautiful. I just love these. Try to get through everything. Oh, I'm sorry, that's my stomach. You know me, I'm doing keto, so I feel like I still have some weight to lose, so. But I don't know if any of you have done keto, but I don't know what I'm going to do when, you know, my wife wants me to you know, go back to a normal diet. And because right now it's a bit of a struggle for her. She doesn't want to eat things in front of me that are delicious, like cookies and chips and stuff like that. I tell her it doesn't bother me, but lately it's been a struggle. And I think it's more out of boredom where I want something fun to eat. Okay, so that was a little distraction there. So I think we'll add the clasp here so that I can show you how that's done. And then I'll finish the rest off camera and you'll see the finished bracelet in the image at the beginning of the video. So let's position our thread. We want to get to this side bead here. So we're going to go down the bottom one here and then up the side one here like that. So now we want our clasp to go in. They do have jump rings on them. I don't know if I want. I'll leave the jump rings on. I think this way if I come up with a different clasp that I like better, then I can do that. Let me get some more 11/0s here. So I think for this one we will do the same exact process. No, you know what? I think we're going to do 11/0s. I'm not completely sold on this design here. So I think we'll go with just the straight up 11/0s. So we will do 2 11/0s. We are coming out at the top of that bead, so we want to follow that around to the top of this clasp. So we're going to put our needle through the top bottom part like this. You know what? I'm going to put 3. I think that's how she does it. She does 3. So go down through the bottom piece of this clasp. Bring your thread all the way through. That. Okay. Now we're going to add 1 11/0 like that. We're going to go through the middle one. Through the middle one. That. I don't know if I like this either. I think I'm just going to do 2 and 2. Do it that way. Okay. So let's take this off and that first one off. That. There. So 2, go through the top bottom part of your clasp, then add 2. Like that. Bring it all down. You are going to go through, so you're coming out of this top, this side bead here, and we're coming out of the top, so we're going to go through the bottom, and that should loop it nicely. Like that. And you can also put a wire guard as well on there. So now we're just going to go through everything again. So we're going to go through the top beads, through the jump ring, that, tight, and do that a few times. So through the bottom 11/0s, through the bottom of that side bead, And this isn't tangled here. There. So you can go a few times. So now you're coming out of the top, so you can go through these 50 no's here. Then go down through this side bead. Pick up 2 11 O's. Then you're going to go through the bottom side of that jump ring. It's attached to your clasp. The bottom, which is the top part of the clasp. I'm being cautious now talking about what side it's on because, of course, you want the crystals to show at the front, not the back. So now 2 11 O's. And go down through the top of that side bead here, like that. Pull everything through, like that, and go through it a few times. So through the 2, through the jump ring, very tight, go through again, and through the top of the side bead, pull everything tight, and there you go. So I will leave it at that, and I will finish this off for you off camera because we're already into an hour. It shouldn't take this long, but oh my gosh, these are so amazing. You have to try it out. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, even though it's simple, just explaining everything takes a little longer. So I hope it wasn't too long for you. But I've got some short videos that I've just posted, and there'll be plenty more little fun short ones and some announcements to make. And yeah, so this should be fun. Enjoy. See you in the next video. Bye.